Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's journal, I would like to talk about suffering and its nature for spiritual awakening. Some would say suffering is essential for awakening. Others would say suffering is not essential to awakening, but everyone suffered enough to awaken twice in their lifetime. Suffering itself is not essential for anything. Suffering doesn't have any meaning unless our mind gives that meaning to it. Suffering is like anything in life. It doesn't have a meaning. Inherently, it doesn't have any meaning. Our mind, we as a body mind, give the meaning to it. The reason I say we give the meaning to it, question your deep sleep experience and see. Do you remember having a suffering experience while you are in a deep sleep? Or do you remember having a thought, or suffering is essential for spiritual awakening? The answer is no. Why? When you go to deep sleep, your mind disappears from your experience. So everything disappears. So this is what I say, is our mind activity. Our mind look for a reasoning, then is give a meaning to it. Inherently, suffering doesn't have a meaning. Let's look at this in more details. We experience the suffering because of the painful emotions and the feelings are generated and sustained by the sense of being separate self. We think that we are this body and mind, and that divisive nature of our mind, that story most of us carry around within our mind, create an experience of suffering. Suffering is not essential for awakening. However, our experience of suffering is real. The experience of suffering is real, it's not illusion. Like we experience appearance of water in the mirage, likewise we experience appearance of suffering in our body and mind. In order for us to explore and find out whether the suffering essential for awakening or not, we need to investigate our experience in more detail, and we need to find the answer to the question of whose experiences suffering and who is seeking awakening. Without finding an answer to these two questions, we cannot know whether suffering is essential for spiritual awakening or not. The starting point will be questioning our experience to see who is there. If we investigate our experience of the suffering and see the person seems to be in suffering which cannot be found, suffering and the sufferer are both one experience. The experience of suffering and the person who experiencing the suffering is all in one experience. There isn't a person within us is experiencing the suffering. This is the reason in spirituality there is a say that suffering is an illusion. What they meant is the person who experiences suffering is an illusion. Same thing goes to the person who is seeking spiritual awakening. There is no one within us seeking awakening like suffering. Seeking awakening also another mind activity. There is no person there to get awaken. The real us always free from them all the mind activity. Our true nature don't need awakening. The reason we suffer, we forgot our true nature, like we fall into sleep and dreaming. The person who experiencing the suffering in the dream character, our body and mind. But if we question our experience, you would see that the entire basis for the dream is our mind, and the totality of the experience is mind. The dream take place in our mind. So no one seeking awakening as an entity, or there is no one there to get enlightened, because there is no one there to get awakened. The person is dream character or just an appearance, like we see water in the mirage. Same as that. Take a movie and the screen. The characters in that screen are equal as our body and mind. From the character's point of view only, the suffering is real. The minute you turn off the television, the characters disappear. Same as that. Every night when you go to your deep sleep, what happened to your body and mind, and the suffering, and the person who's seeking awakening? Do you remember while you are in a deep sleep, you had the thought of feeling that you are suffering, so suffering is important or essential for your awakening? No. Same as that. As a body mind, we all dreaming. We are this dream character. While we are on the dream, we are suffering, and the character is looking for awakening in order to come out from the suffering. It's just an illusion. It is our ignorance, because we forgot our true infinite nature. The moment you woke up from that sleep, you would see that there is no one there to get enlightened, because you are already free from all the mind activities. You are that awareness. The enlightenment is something we have simply overlooked due to our fascination with the drama of thoughts, feelings, sensation, and perception. It is not a new experience, or it is not a state to be achieved or gained. By awakening, we are not going to achieve anything or gain anything, because we are already that. The awakening is the recognition of our essential nature of ever-present awareness. We are already that. We just right now, as a body and mind, we are dreaming, or we are in the character on the movie screen. It's just that we are so clouded by the drama of our mind activity, and we are in a dream and think that we are this body and mind. Then we suffer. To overcome our suffering, we look for awakening. When we wake up from our dream, we realize that the entire dream took place in us, the awareness. So you don't get awakened. Or once you wake up from your dream, you will recognize that you are already that. So that's what earlier on when I said that we need to question that who is suffering, who is seeking for awakening. The answer is there is no one. It's just a mind activity. So then now question comes, is that mean we shouldn't seek awakening, or we should continue to suffer? No, I'm not saying. If you are on a beginning of your spiritual path, and if your reality is body and mind, then you do all the activity in order to get there. But have this understanding in background that you are not going to get awakened, because you are already that. It's just that you are dreaming now. Come out from the dream. But again, this is very important. Do not try to understand this in a theoretical manner, or read a book or listen to YouTube more, because this has to be part of your experience. Unless, if this is not part of your experience, your suffering is always going to come back. So I would say that if your reality is you are that dream character and you are that character on the movie, then if your reality is that you are body and mind, then yeah, with all your ability, seek awakening. But remember, have this understanding that there is no one there to awaken, because what it is there is it's just a mind activity. Like I said earlier on, when you question your deep sleep, then you see the difference, that what is mind activity. If we go to a deep sleep and see who is there, and do you remember having an experience of seeking, awakening, or suffering, even happiness for that matter? No. So this is what I said. Question your deep sleep experience, then you will find the answer you are looking for.